Hi guys, my name is Tessa and I'm going to be doing a massage for Corrina today. We're going to be doing a massage for the upper back and neck, and I'm going to go ahead and get started. Grab some oil. And I'm just going to start with this upper back and work my way into the neck. And always when I am starting a massage, I'm kind of scanning with my fingers and just seeing how things feel from right to left. And I'm going to start using the outer edges of my hands to kind of get into these levator muscles a little bit and start working this soft tissue a little bit more. And really keeping my main focus on the neck today. And just gradually starting to apply a little bit more pressure. Working my way around the scapula and just into the levator. Focusing on that upper trap a little bit. And right now I'm just feeling from right to left, seeing what side might need more work, more attention. And I'm just gonna make sure that I have some oil on my forearms and my elbows. And this is one of my favorite ways to work the rhomboid muscles and just work the different muscles along the spine. I'm just going to place my elbows right towards the base of the neck, and I'm going to start working my way along the spine with my elbows. And a lot of therapists that are a little bit taller can kind of work their way down a lot further, but I'm not really that tall, so it's about as far as I can go. And sometimes I'll work my way all the way up the upper trap into the neck as well, just not using quite as much pressure. And I'm gradually just going to start applying a little bit more pressure, especially in the rhomboid area. It's kind of my main focus. And just nice consistent pressure as I work my way down. And you can even work your way back up, all the way into the upper trap, up into the neck. And just a few times, and you might begin to feel one side a little bit more, needing that attention a little bit more. And I'm going to go ahead and work my way back up, and I'm just going to lay. I like to start with the side that's the most tight, and I'm just going to start. I'm going to come into a position where I'm lower to the ground so that it's easier for me to work. So you want to spread your feet apart and really work from your core as much as you can. And I'm just going to start working my way into the rhomboids just with a little bit more detail, using one elbow at a time. So I'm just working my way up along the spine. And working my way around into just touching the levator. I'm not really doing much work on it, but I kind of end that stroke there. And I'm going to go ahead and keep my elbow where it is, and I'm going to start working into that levator. You need to position yourself at a different angle, and I'm going to start working my way in. And a lot of therapists will hold this. I kind of just work really slow, just because I feel like that's more effective for me. And really my goal here is just to free up some tension in the neck, and the levator can definitely pull on the neck. And I'm going to go ahead and work my way around to the right side. And I'm going to start going in with my left elbow. Just making sure my stance is nice and wide, kind of lower to the ground. And just working my way along the spine. And it's not really one movement, it's just little micro movements, and I'm kind of working my way up towards the neck, along the rhomboids, and eventually getting to that levator, just from a different angle. And if you feel like one side is a little tighter, you can do a little bit of trigger point and just hold and release. And I'm going to go ahead and go in at this from the front, getting into this levator a little bit more. And using a good bit of pressure if your client likes that. I would say the levator is among the most stubborn muscles, so it just takes a little longer to really let go. And I will always, if I can, do deep tissue with my elbows, just because the levator is a little bit stubborn, and I don't want to waste that energy when I could use my elbow instead of my thumb. But I do like to get in here a little bit with my thumb. And I'm going to start working my way up into the neck and just warming everything up. Just working that upper trap a little bit with my thumbs. And this is just a really nice angle to work up towards the hairline. And if you have someone who can get kind of ticklish, this is a really nice way to work the neck. And really just focusing on pressing in and up as I work my way up the neck. And this is also a nice way to work the levator muscles, just not as, you're not going to get as deep. Just kind of gradually increasing the pressure. And I'm going to start in with my thumb, and you definitely need to make sure that you're at an angle that feels comfortable. So you're going to need to position your chair, and I'm just going to start working my way up towards the hairline. And I will gradually start to kind of isolate the different muscle groups a little bit more. Right now I'm just scanning with my thumb and applying like medium pressure, not super deep yet. And I'm going to start kind of isolating the muscle a little bit more. So just lengthening using both hands. And if I find a spot that needs a little extra attention, I'm careful not to overwork it, but to work it enough. So I usually go back and forth. So with my left hand, I'm pulling one direction and my thumb is moving the opposite direction. So it's a really nice way to lengthen the muscle, the different muscle groups more. And I'm going to move to this opposite side. And it's perfectly fine to work with just one hand. It takes less focus for sure. And sometimes it's just, it feels more effective. You know, everybody's different. And sometimes it can really help to angle the face cradle lower. Kind of gives you a really nice angle to work at. But I'm going to start going in with both hands. I'm just going to anchor that muscle and start lengthening a little bit more. Just taking note of any spots that feel extra contracted. spending a little bit more time there. And I'm actually going to start in with a little bit of trigger point just on the spots that feel like they need deeper work. So I'm just going to go in, and with trigger point, you want to gradually increase your pressure. And if the muscle feels kind of bouncy, then you're definitely doing the right thing. Just holding and releasing. And I find that doing trigger point with my client face up is a little bit easier, but this is also a nice way to work. And it's really about being gentle and firm at the same time when you're doing this kind of work. And I always, I'm going to go ahead and do a little trigger point on the opposite side. When you're starting to get a little more detailed, it's nice to not try to be perfect, but just focus on making progress and just helping your client feel better. And I'm just going to start going in that trigger point, gradually increasing pressure, not all of a sudden just applying, max pressure. It's not really that effective to work that way. And whenever I do more detailed work, I like to end with something just, that feels nice, that's not quite as detailed. And that is it for today. I really appreciate you taking the time to watch this video. I hope that you enjoyed it, and I hope to see you again soon.
If you enjoy these videos, please join us at PsycheTruthPatrons.com for dozens of exclusive videos and premium programs. We have over 1,000 videos you won't find on YouTube, such as modeling and fashion hauls, exclusive massage videos, ASMR, behind the scenes, bloopers, and much more. It's a great way to help us keep the cameras rolling so we can continue making the content you love. Patrons will get 2 to 3 new exclusive videos each week, so I hope you'll consider joining our Patreon family today. Just visit PsycheTruthPatrons.com.